Bucs fans? How's it going? Wow, do we have all kinds of goodies and stuff to talk about. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers finished out the season 41-17. And it wasn't that close. 41-17. They beat the crap out of the Panthers, swept the division. The Buccaneers swept the division. That's a pretty key thing, except for the Saints, who they got swept by. So anyway, guys, look, it is what it is. Go Bucs. The Buccaneers won the division by, I don't even know how many points, a lot. I mean, how many games? 5 games, 4 games, 5 games? I don't know. It wasn't close. So it's good to be a Buck. It's good to be a Buck fan. And
first 13-win season in the history of the franchise.
That's correct. And if things continue to go as they look like they might, the Bucs may have the number 2 seed. We are waiting for just a few minutes here, or moments here, maybe even, to find out whether San Francisco scores and the Bucs have the number 2 seed, which would be huge as far as playing at home. Guys, today was a good day. You know, it's amazing the Buccaneers can look like they're playing meh. And then you look down and you're like, holy crap, it's 41-17. And, you know, they're barely giving up points. And it's just it's pretty awesome. What you got, Dave? Talk to me about your thoughts.
Well, I thought the defense got off they looked very lackluster and dull to start. It was all Carolina the first quarter. The Bucs had a grand total of 3 yards passing. The Panthers had long sustained drives. One of them ended on 4th and inches. They don't get it inside their 2. And then the switch was flipped and it was pretty much all Bucs. It really was. They put up 24 points in the 4th quarter, and we had Blaine Gabbert sightings. We had Keyshawn Vaughn sightings. We had Scotty Miller sightings. And it just steamrolled from there.
Yeah. The tale of this game was this. Brady got everybody all their incentives. Brady got everybody all their yards. Brady did everything that they needed to do. They won the game. They stacked up stats. It was just the game wasn't close. You know, we can sit there and say, oh, wow, well, for the first, 15 minutes, it looked like a ball game. That's really all you got. I mean, it is what it is.
At one point, it looked like the Saints were in the playoffs and the Bucs were the 4 seed.
Yeah, at one point, but I mean, that's how this goes, guys. I mean, there's 60 minutes in a ball game, and we've been saying that to you guys for a while now, that you got to play the full 60. And that's why the Bucs beat the Jets. I mean, great. The Jets, good for them. They led for 59 minutes and 45 seconds. That's awesome, but they didn't lead for the last 15. So,
And to interject, the 49ers kicked the field goal, which means the Rams will get the ball.
Okay. The Rams will get the ball with about 3 minutes left, I believe.
And if we understand correctly, regardless of that outcome, whether the Bucs are the 2nd or the 3rd seed, they will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs next week at Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah. Now the Rams have 2 minutes and 45 seconds. 2 minutes, which is an eternity these days. So, that it's just a matter of whether San Francisco can keep them from kicking a field goal, whether the Bucs are the number 2 or number 3 seed. We know they're no worse than number 3, and we know they're playing Philadelphia. Now it's just a matter of whether they're officially the 2 or 3 seed. So that's how that's all going to shake out. It's good to be a Bucs fan. All of you guys commenting, I'm reading your comments. That's pretty cool. Reading all of it. I am just, guys, there's so much to be happy about. There really is. The Bucs, everybody showed up to play today. I mean, they really did. You can't expect much more than this. You really can't. This is what you need to happen. And this is exactly what you needed from the team. And they showed up, they showed out. Then you just sit and hope you get a break or two. And guys, right now it's 2nd and 10. This is what I have. 2nd and 10 for the Rams on their own 18-yard line. This could shake out well. And if that happens, the number 2 seed, if that happens, guys, if
and
that
no
happens,
Saints in the playoffs,
and no Saints in the playoffs, which is even more glorious than anything. That's even more beautiful. So, I mean, I'm doing my best. 3rd and 10 now for the Rams. I'm got one eye sort of on the game, or at least the game cast, whatever that's called. So I am not able to watch the game live. So if I'm a little behind, sorry about that. William Justice asked, "What are the chances we sign a wide receiver right now?" There just are none. There are no chances.
There's nobody out there.
Yeah, no. You're not going to bring somebody in
less than 0.
Right. I mean, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, that you're not bringing in a wide receiver at this point. You're not bringing anybody in really at this point. I was thinking the most disappointing part of this entire season is if the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl, AB is going to get a ring. That's the most disappointing part of the whole thing.
Can't you do a petition to the league or something about that? I don't know.
No, unfortunately, he'll get a ring, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. I'll take the ring and let it go.
And he'll take credit for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yes, he will. Yes, he will. But look, Brady got everybody the incentives. Brady did everything asked of him today. There was literally nothing more you could ask for. All right, the Rams just got a first down. Apparently there was defensive pass interference, so the Rams got a first down.
I object. I object to that call.
Yeah. So there's 2 minutes and 31 seconds left in that game. I get the feeling the Rams probably will get down and kick a field goal. It's really hard to stop somebody from getting at least a field goal in these situations these days. So, we'll see. We'll see. Now, guys, my thought process on today's game is this. Look, I think the player of the game, Tom Brady, you could give it to Gronk. I don't have any problem with that. But I think the player of the game was Tom Brady because he got it to Gronk. He got all those passes and all the stats to Gronk. He did what he needed for Mike Evans. He did what he did all over the place. Let's give a rousing bit of let's give some applause here to Keyshawn Vaughn. Keyshawn Vaughn had a decent game. I don't know his stats, but I know he did what he had to do. And he played a good game. He played solid. He caught the ball well. He didn't fumble. They were going after the ball. He didn't put it on the ground. There's a lot more. There's a lot to be happy about regarding Keyshawn Vaughn. And everybody's going to be coming back next week. A lot of guys are coming back for the playoffs. So get ready. Mark Sibula says, "Do I think the Rams will go for a tie?" Sure. Why wouldn't they? I think that if the Rams tie, I think they get the number 2 seed. Is that correct, Dave?
They would have a better record than the Bucs.
No. Would they?
They're 12-4, right? No, they don't want to tie.
No, they don't want to tie. They have to win.
The Bucs are 13-4, so they got to be 13-4 as well to be ahead of the Bucs. If they tie, no dice.
Oh, that's excellent news. Actually, Mark, thank you for making me think. They if they do get the tie, who cares?
You're not as good as 13-4 now, are you? So you're behind us.
Yeah. So if they tie, that's awesome. Be happy, perfectly happy if they go for the tie.
Should we interject some awesome records at this point that were met today?
Yeah, go for it, Dave.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. set the Bucs single season record for passing yards in the history of the franchise. He also set the single season record for touchdowns for the franchise history.
Whose record did he break?
His
own from last year.
His own. Trick question. Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Rob Gronkowski, for the 32nd time, had more than 100 yards receiving as a tight end.
Yeah.
That is a new National Football League all-time record, breaking Tony Gonzalez, who had 31.
Yeah.
Thomas Brady also has his 9th 300-yard season that leads the NFL this year. In second is Herbert from the Chargers with 8. So if he doesn't put up a 300, Tom Brady at the age of 44 will have led the NFL with the most 300-yard passing games in a single season. Another milestone was Mike Evans had his 75th touchdown today and gave the ball away in the stands. Also on the Mike Evans front, he's the first and only player in the National Football League history to have his first 8 seasons with 1,000 or more yards receiving.
Interception, San Francisco, ball game. Bucs are the number 2 seed. It's over.
And it's over for the Saints.
And it's over for the Saints. Are they reviewing this or anything? I can't tell. It's not saying final. It's still saying 1:52 left. Okay, we got 49ers win in the chat. We are the number 2 seed.
Guys. And going back to Mike Evans, he's a very generous soul. That 75th touchdown he had, he gave it away to the stands. That's his habit. Well,
75 is not, I mean, that's not a, okay. I mean, he's going to have a lot more. So the Saints were just eliminated. Hey, Brian Pearson, if you're out there, what happened? I just got to ask. Yeah, beautiful. Boom. Number 2 seed, guys. We got the number 2 seed. It happened. Yep, final overtime. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am about as excited about that as it can be. That turn today could not have gone any better for the Buccaneers, and that is literal. That is literal.
It makes you wonder where Matthew Stafford and the Rams' head's going to be. I mean, they had something on the line here. They were playing at home, and they got beat heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is this basically was a playoff game. I mean, it really was basically a playoff game. You know, I mean, they played one of the playoff teams. So, I don't know. Anyway, all about it. I can tell you that. I'm pretty happy about it. I'm excited about it. I mean, it's couldn't go much better than it has. So, I don't know.
It's great to be a Buck fan.
The number 2 seed won 21 out of our last 25 games. 13-4. I picked that beginning of the year.
Okay, I did 12-5.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with
kudos.
Thank you. I don't know what happened with I get so much wrong. I've got to brag when I get one right. I don't know what happened with the Patriots today, whether they lost or not. They were losing, I know, with a couple minutes left. So yeah, we can thank you, Todd.
Final Dolphins beat the Patriots 33-24.
So the Bills won that division. Okay, so the Patriots have been struggling. Listen, guys, the Packers. Look, here's the thing. I know. Aaron Rodgers didn't play. I get it. But they are beatable. The Bucs at the number 2 seed could end up with some home games in front of them. This could turn out very, very good. So we will see what happens. Bucs at Eagles. Bucs Eagles in Tampa next week. So the Eagles gotta come south and meet us on our home turf where the Bucs have played lights out.
I don't think we put it in proper perspective that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the best record in the National Football League. They're tied with the Packers and lose the tiebreaker. Yeah. But the Bucs have the best record. They're tied for the best record in the National Football League after an entire season.
With all of those injuries, with everything that's happened, and we've looked at them and thought, well, they really don't look all that great. You know, they're not looking the same. They're not looking great. I don't know, man. I don't know.
The ball's in Tom Brady's hand to win a game, and it's close. He's going to do it unless it's the Saints in the regular season.
Yeah. It's just things couldn't have played out better for the Bucs today, guys. I don't know if you saw the look on Brady's face when he heard that when Arians went over and told him that the game was tied between the Rams and 49ers, that look of surprise, like, holy crap, we may be number 2. It's just so much. You're just looking at it going, this really happened, man. Everything went perfectly, or as they would say, everything went swimmingly. It just, I don't know. Guys, we've opened up the phone lines. You are welcome to call. Oh, we got a call coming in now. I'm not positive I have everything hooked up correctly. We're going to find out in a minute.
Well, I think we should do a public service announcement that if you're a Colts fan, it'll be okay. Stay away from the ledge. Don't go by open windows. It'll be okay. Really, it will.
If you're a Colts fan. Matt Colson, Matt from OKC, Matt from Buck Wild. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man.
How does it feel?
Day for football.
Yeah, no joke.
This was the Mecca. This is what they were talking about on Thanksgiving weekend when they were going to run it to Tuesday or whatever. They were expecting everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
Those games sucked. Today, the 4:00 game.
Yeah.
In 3 time zones.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. I mean, and the whole thing, you just look at it and how it played out. As the day went along, when it was 17-0 Rams, I was like, oh boy, okay. And then here come the 49ers, and the Rams just collapsed. And I think that's a huge, huge, huge thing. To whoever's calling right now, hold on, give me a call back and let us finish this current call that we're on right now. And
we want to hear from you.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys. Just hold just a little bit. But
we got Buck Wild Matt here now.
I watched the Bucs not participate in the first quarter. We had 3 yards offense in the first quarter, they said.
Yeah.
And then we came back and the scoreboard looks like we played the whole game.
Yeah.
We beat Carolina twice now with either half the team on the sideline or only participating in partial scrimmage. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy how that worked out.
Yeah, it is.
But
we put 73 up on Carolina.
Okay, can you guys
year.
hold on just for a quick moment? All right. Caller, I'm going to put you on hold. I'm on the other line right now. I'm going to put you on hold and we'll come back to you. All right, Matt, we're back with you.
Okay.
So that person will stop calling me over and over and over and over. So
maybe that's Brian Pearson wanting to know what he's going to do next week.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to sit and watch the Bucs play. That's what he's going to do.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I swear today couldn't have worked out better.
No.
The game that was bothering me the most was this one with the 49ers because can't count on Garoppolo.
Yeah.
But the Rams are fading. They're not.
Yeah, they are. Well, the thing is, the Rams don't look like they're on top of their game. The Packers don't look like they're on top of their game, to be honest with you, until the second, third, fourth quarters. The Bucs didn't look like they were on top of their game. And keep in mind now, guys, this is the beautiful thing. Next week, the Bucs get back Fournette, Levante David, Shaq Barrett.
JPP.
What's that? JPP. The troops are back next week. So,
right.
Everybody just buckle up and get ready because
playoff Lenny.
Get ready for a run. Get ready for a run.
Yeah, we did just enough to win today, even though the score looked like we really kicked the snot out.
We didn't do just enough to win. Are you kidding me? Tell me you did not just say that to me.
We put 73 points on Carolina in 2 games this year. 73.
Right. Carolina, don't get too excited.
No, but we didn't barely beat them.
The first quarter, we were no-shows.
Oh my God! Oh my God! There's 4 quarters in a game, dude. We crushed them in 3 of them.
With Keyshawn Vaughn as a primary back.
One of them, It was close. Right, 1 quarter, it was close, and the other 3 quarters, we crushed them. Come on.
Right. I just don't want to see us have one of those quarters against the team.
You're gonna have 1 quarter that's bad against a good team. It's gonna, when you're playing in the playoffs. We're not gonna crush everybody in the playoffs. Come on, man.
The Titans are the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they lost to the Texans and lost to the Jets, but they're still the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Matt, literally, we won that. We got the number 2 seed today. We crushed our opponent. We're 21 out of our last 25 games, and you're going, yeah, well, we didn't win the first quarter. I mean, stop it, man.
It just concerns me, Rick. It's not that we're the worst team on the planet. I'm glad that we're doing what we're doing. I just have to be the guy that looks at things from the other side of the coin to have something to bitch about. That's what.
But it's one quarter, dude. It's one quarter in a 4-quarter game.
You had the godfather of football out there, and you got 3 total yards of offense
in one quarter.
He got better.
And then he probably won the MVP over the rest of the game. So come on, man.
Did you see the stat of the day? The stat of the day, from the 2-minute warning in the first half to the second score, I think it was, we had 127 yards or something to that effect. Prior to that, we only had 3 or some nonsense. It was ridiculous. So they flipped the switch and decided they wanted to start.
So they had, yes, they started slow. That's okay. Yeah, you don't want to start slow. Okay, I'll give you that. You don't want to start slow, but they were only down by 7, I think, and at the max.
Well,
so,
they shouldn't have been. They should. The Carolina team is not all we did. It's what I was saying at the beginning of the game when people were talking about it. We came to play because it's like Marshawn Lynch. They're going to find us if we don't show up. So we came out there and got dressed and decided to play against the team. But Carolina had nothing to shoot for. We had nothing to do but lose.
They had everything to shoot for their coach, who's on the hot seat. They did have something to play for. They did come out and give it everything they've got. And for one whole quarter, they led us by about 7. Okay. And then we crushed them.
Right.
There's 4 quarters in a freaking game.
Okay.
You know what? Here's the deal, Matt. Here's the deal. If the Bucs had crushed them in the first quarter, it was close in the second quarter, and then they crushed them in the third and the fourth, you would be like, wow, we blew them out. But it was because it was the first quarter.
It looked very bad for the first quarter. I don't care. We won the game. We won the game. We won this season, right?
We have the best record in the National Football League.
Right. We're tied for the best record in the National Football League. And it's like, oh, no, we didn't win the first quarter.
And I'm trying to get off that now so I can talk about the positive side. We're number 2 seed, thanks to 49ers doing their job.
Yeah.
And the Saints went home. That's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You can't ask for much more.
That's exactly correct. That's exactly correct.
There you go.
You're not going to win every quarter.
But we should have against Carolina. But I'm going to leave that alone.
Yeah. And by the way, Matt, it's official. Remember, I mean, during the game in chat, I said, I bet you Mike Evans hit his funny bone. It is official. That is what happened. He hit his funny bone.
That's like an official thing, funny bone?
And I thought he snapped one of his forearm bones.
No, that's what he said was he hit his funny bone. And that's what it looked like because he was squeezing his hand. He was trying to get the feeling back in his hand.
Don't they call it like a stinger or something more official?
Need to have even a ligament injury.
Well, no, Dave, that's not on the official injury report. That's what Mike Evans said in the post-game press conference. He said he had his funny bone.
I didn't think funny bone was official National Football League term.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns or something after that point. Yeah, he
got better.
I think he's all right.
Yeah, I think everybody we made it through this game. The troops are coming back next week, guys. Everything we're good. We're good.
And AB sitting on his lazy boy now, going, "I just lost out $1 million."
Yeah, yeah.
No, nothing.
That's even better.
Ever his fault.
That's
everybody else.
AB lost $1 million today. That's even better. Thanks, Matt. Let me get to the other call.
You guys have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Always great to hear, Matt and OKC.
All right. Now, hey, caller, thank you for being patient. Who am I speaking with?
This is James from Chicago. What
hey,
a
James.
great win today, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, James from Chicago. Great to hear from you.
Yes. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. One of the things I have been really emphasizing is that you either are going to be the hunted or you're going to be the hunter.
Right.
And every game this season was every other's team biggest game on the schedule.
Yep.
And so you got to understand the mental adjustments that a team has to make.
Yep.
And that type of thing. And when you look at the fact, as you mentioned earlier, that they finished with this record.
Yeah.
That's a hell of an accomplishment.
With all these injuries.
That's right.
They have the best record in the league.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that they got the best record. That's never happened before.
Yeah, tied for the best record in the league.
They have the best record in the league.
but that's all Thomas Patrick Edward
Yeah.
Brady
Yeah.
Jr. This guy is probably one of the most phenomenal human beings and competitors in the history of sports, because
Yeah.
this guy has a unique ability
Yeah.
to tap into these men
Yeah.
and let them know what you got to bring every day into the practice,
Yeah.
into the meetings, into the preparation,
Yeah.
into the rest, because he knows he is unlike anybody in the National Football League that knows what it takes better than anybody. That's why I got the team that's going to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everybody. The NFC playoff picture is set. What it is going to be here is number 1 seed. The Packers have a bye. Bucks are the 2 seed. Cowboys are the 3 seed. Rams are the 4 seed. Cardinals are the 5 seed. 49ers are 6. Eagles are 7. So the Bucks, Eagles, Cowboys versus 49ers, Rams versus Cardinals. Yeah, we don't have the dates or times yet. Bruce Arians said 13 wins, and it hasn't been easy. Arians said of the injuries that the Bucs have endured this season, crediting replacements and the front office that has brought the right new players in. Mike Evans said he hit his funny bone on the pass where he went over 1,000 yards. Receiving for the 8th straight season, his hand went numb, but he's okay. So that's sorry, guys. I just wanted to keep everybody updated on that info.
No, great feedback. And one of the things they got to shore up on is they got to work on special teams coverage. These teams are starting at the 40-yard line and the 45-yard line. I don't know what's happening on special teams, but they got to shore that up. And
yeah,
everybody, when they got to the quarterback today, they really did.
Yeah.
But on that bunting ball, that was a 1-on-1 jump ball. Bunny got to compete and win that play.
But he did, and sometimes look, he had good coverage. He was right on the guy. You've got they're professionals too. It was a great catch. You're not going to stop him every play. You're not going to stop him every play. He was all over him. It was great coverage. If anything, there was defensive holding on that play. It was a great catch. It is what it is.
All I'm saying is, in big games, I mean, you just think about it. We can be in a NFC Championship game, and it's that play.
Yeah,
and we got to win that play. This is a game of inches, man. I mean, as you guys know, and he gotta make that play. I mean, this is the NFL. My wife was telling me about a ball that somebody. I said they should have caught it. She says, but it was hard. I said, this is the NFL. It's supposed to be hard.
Yeah. Mike Evans was asked which he is more proud of between his record 14 TDs or getting 1,000 yards for an NFL record 8 straight years to open his career. And he said, I like both, but I'll take the NFL history. That's 1 of 1. He's the only guy to ever do it. So he's very proud of that. Arians says the only injury that in the game that he's concerned about is Cyril Grayson's hamstring. Not sure how bad that is, but others like Jamel Dean don't look to be significant. It's a great achievement to get the number 2 seed, said Tom Brady, though he's only worried about the next game against the Eagles. We've got a tough group of guys, and hopefully we can get some reinforcements in next week. Tom Brady says of the Bucs pushing through injuries today and hopefully getting key players back. Tom Brady in his 44 during this season at 44 years old.
Amazing.
Here are the stats. You guys ready? 485 out of 719. 485 completions out of 719 attempts. 67% completion percentage. 5,316 passing yards, first in the NFL. 43 touchdown passes, first in the NFL. Two rushing TDs, only 12 interceptions. Remember 30-30? Yeah, only 12 interceptions, a 102.1 passer rating. That's all from Ari Mirov on Twitter. So guys, that's how Brady finished the year.
Well, it was a great year, but I'm going to tell you, he doesn't give a rat's tail about those stats. All he thinks about is rings. You remember last year when Devin was complaining about not making all pro, and he said, "Look, Devin, we ain't shooting for Pro Bowls. We playing for Super Bowl."
Yeah, and I like what he said when they won the NFC Championship game, and one of the guys was crying. He goes, "We're not done yet. What are you crying for?"
That's right.
So anyway, well, thanks a ton for calling, my friend.
You guys, man, are the best, man. I listen every week, man.
Awesome.
This is what I look forward to.
Awesome. Well, we are here, and we will be back next week.
Yeah,
go Bucs.
So people are asking, is the Bucs have the best record? Yes, they're tied with the Packers for the best record. I didn't say they're the number 1 seed. They have the best record in the National Football League at 13-4. So does Green Bay.
Yeah.
But they have the best record.
Yeah.
The NFL is the one that's messing around with the tie-making procedures and doing seeds. But the Bucs are 13-4, and that's the best record in the NFL.
Yeah. Hold on. We got another call coming in. All right, caller. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, wait a second. Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, Alec. How you doing, my friend?
Same old thing, same old.
How about that, brother? How
Oh,
about that? Yeah, you got anything you got to say? What do you think about today's game?
I also want to say a public service announcement.
What's that?
All of these negative Bucs fans that want to say, "Oh, we weren't doing good in the first quarter, or we didn't do the second quarter." Hey, Dave, what was the final score again?
41 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and 17 for the Carolina Panthers.
Couldn't have said it any louder for the people that are negative.
Yeah, I know. 41-17. Yeah, but we didn't win the first quarter.
And we put 73 up on the Panthers in the 2 games in the 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And guess where we're going next week?
I think we're doing okay.
That's right. Yeah, and guess where we're going next week? Nowhere. We're going to be playing at home. So that's pretty awesome.
Potentially 2 home playoff games.
That's right. And to Brian Pearson, Brian, thanks for showing up. You're the man for showing up, Brian, and actually coming here after your team, didn't make the playoffs, and you showed up anyway, Brian. Thank you for coming. Props to you for doing that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, props for that. And listen, you've made fun of us, and you've told us we're not going to perform well, and we got the Super Bowl last year, and we're in the playoffs this year. All I can say is so far so good for us. Hang in there. Although I think y'all are trending down. We've got a good year or 2 left, and then we'll see what happens at the quarterback position. We'll find out.
And we got Vita Vea lined up for another 4 years.
If Ray Kenny's hearing this, I'll see you next week on Cup of Ray.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Alec.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
Thank you, Alec. Thank you.
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's really funny. The dude just sent me a meme of, it looks like a banner being hung up in the Saints stadium that says beat Tom Brady twice in the regular season 2021. That's what they got to brag about. Good for you. Wow. Awesome. We're the number 2 seed.
It is an accomplishment.
Yeah. But you know what? They did. They swept us, which if history says anything, that's a good sign for the Bucs in the playoffs. Whenever the Saints sweep the Bucs, they go on to win the Super Bowl. So it'd be funny if that happened again. That'd be one of those really weird stats. But what are you gonna do? So the Bucs have the Eagles next week. The Eagles will be look, no team is easy. You make the playoffs, you're playing a playoff team. So don't expect it to be easy. If we don't win all 4 quarters, Matt, don't freak out. As long as we're ahead at the end of the game, that's all that matters. And everybody who says, "Oh no, wait a minute," if we don't play, if we have a first quarter like that next week, we're not going to win. If we have the first quarter like that next week, and then a second, third, and fourth like we had today, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Le'Veon Bell looked great. Keyshawn Vaughn looked great. Rob Gronkowski looked great. Hell, Scotty Miller looked great.
Well,
Everybody looked great today.
he looked serviceable.
Who? Who looked serviceable?
Oh, I mean, Scotty Miller, he had a great run. I was just,
Well,
I was poking the bear a little.
What's his? What's his? How many yards did he rush for? Oh, we got Todd. Awesome. Todd from Winter Park is calling. One of my favorite callers. I love it when Todd calls. How you doing, my friend?
How you guys doing?
Doing
David, how are you?
Outstanding.
How about you? Are you doing as good as we're doing?
Oh man, I am just pumped. I am just pumped. Possibly if we beat Philly, we have 2 home games. That's just awesome.
Yep. I mean, that's amazing. That is amazing. And I'm gonna add Ray here into our call.
Cup of Ray. What a day.
We got Cup of Ray in here now with us also.
Yes.
Todd, what are your thoughts on the game today? What's your overall impression?
Well, listen, when we don't have our key players, Levante was out, Barrett was out, Pierre Paul's been out, and we don't have Lenny and Ronald Jones, and Keyshawn Vaughn stepped in today, and I thought he played a hell of a game today.
Yeah, think about it. No Shaq Barrett, no Levante David, no JPP, no AB, no Chris Godwin, no Leonard Fournette. What was the score, Dave?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers 41 and the Carolina Panthers 17.
Our young guys are stepping up. Tyler Johnson played good today.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Vaughn played good today.
Yep. Let me tell
Scotty Miller stepped in and picked up his game today.
Yep.
43 yards rushing.
Unbelievable. Mike Evans played unbelievable.
Yes, Scotty Miller 43 yards rushing.
Don't leave out Gronk. He had a record-setting day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Gronk.
Yeah.
Gronk I'm sorry.
Played unbelievable. I believe he got his bonus.
Everybody got their bonuses today except for AB. He was on the couch. He didn't get his bonus. He's sitting at home.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. When you do stupid things, you pay for it.
Well, what would the score have been if AB was out there? Probably couldn't have been much better than what it was. So
no, I thought all of our guys stepped up today.
Brett Perryman.
I thought the defense played really good without 3 of our key players.
Yeah, Brett Perryman is the man. I mean, that was a heck of a catch.
I thought Le'Veon Bell played good today. We got to be proud of our Bucs considering all the injuries we've had.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get everybody back next week. Hopefully we get a Sunday or Monday game to get an extra day of rest.
Yeah.
And that'll help us. And hopefully we can beat Philly. We beat them earlier in the year, and I think we can do it again if we play Bucs ball.
Yeah.
Tyler Johnson had 5 catches.
Yeah,
I thought you're getting down the depth chart there. He had 5 catches.
Exceptional today.
Yeah.
And he made some nice runs after the catch.
Hey, Todd, can you hold on? We've got the New York Jackass calling. Can you hold on for a little bit?
I didn't expect him to call.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's bring him in.
Yeah.
Juan Burro, the Jackass Giants fan. How you doing, my friend?
Well, we've wrapped up a couple of good draft picks, and I think 4 and 6. I'll take that as my positive for the season.
You're talking draft picks. We're talking Super Bowl and playoffs and 2 seeds.
Yeah, and being the number 2 seed and tying for the best record in the NFL.
It was a very, very impressive loss that the Rams had there to let you boost up to the Eagles. But nonetheless, congratulations.
We still would have been tied for the best record in the NFL. I'm just saying.
But the Rams, you would have been the 3 seed. The Rams would have been the 2, correct?
Sure, we would have been the 3 seed, but we still would have been tied for the best record in the NFL.
But still, I'm sure you're very thankful to be facing the Eagles.
You better freaking believe it. You better freaking believe it.
Okay, so I haven't been on the last couple of weeks. I apologize. There's a bunch of crap going on. I just want to go over real quick. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time tonight. but there was something that we spoke about when I called a few weeks ago, and I made a comment to you about your field goal kicker where they didn't have confidence going for the field goal on 4th down and within reach in the game that you lost, water under the bridge. But the thing was, you made the comment, well, we did okay with the same kicking game in the last postseason. So
what was it? What did I say?
You said something along the lines of, we did okay last year with our kicking game in the postseason.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went back, and this is a dangerous thing when I have a couple of weeks to think about that. So
I'm bracing myself.
Your 2020 season, you were 11-5.
I'm starting to shake.
Sorry about that. I'm getting nervous here on the radio. You know how that is. But okay, your record against teams with the winning percentage of the time that you played, you were 2-4. Your record against teams with losing, you were 9-1. Okay, so the goal is make the postseason. Anything can happen. True. So when we go into that,
You're talking about this year. That was our record.
What?
Last year.
11-5, right?
Yeah. So
Before the postseason, right?
12
I'm just
and
saying, you beat
12-4.
up on,
I mean 13-4 this year.
no, last year, 2020.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We're 11-5.
So congratulations, you were the 4th team to have no home games and make the playoffs. Of course, the Giants knocked the Bucs out in 2007 to be the 2nd team to do it. Anyway,
That was a long time ago.
when you
dude.
made
It's a
when you
reach.
made the postseason,
congratulations
again. You played Washington, essentially a one-legged quarterback, a losing record, and you won in a one-possession game.
Yeah, that's the team that won your division, or
Correct.
So I
Absolutely
wouldn't
correct.
talk too much
Thank-
crap.
Thank you
At
for
7-9.
reminding me.
Exactly my point. It's crap. Anyway, so then you went to New Orleans, okay, tied after 3 quarters, insane fans, tough place to win, blah, blah, blah. You won. Next game in Green Bay.
He waxes
again,
over it.
heavy
He
underdog,
waxes over. Wait, no. He says.
one-possession
He
game,
said. Hey, he
crazy
says.
place to play in the playoffs, and you won.
He says.
great.
He says.
So hang on, hang on,
Congratulations,
hang on.
congratulations,
So what
Saints fan.
does
Hard
all
place
this
to.
have in
He
common?
waxes
What
over
do
that
the playoff
fact.
games have in common?
What's that? What was that?
What do the playoff games have in common? Your 3 wins last
The
year. I'm
fact
saying
that we
yes,
won all of
congratulations
them.
going into-
We won all of them. That's what they have in common. We won all of them, which took us
On the
to the
road.
Super Bowl, which we won.
And then we
At
went, to,
home.
we went to Lambeau Field, and then we went to
Obviously you won.
we went to Lambeau Field and
congratulating you
bitch
on.
slapped the Packers
obviously you
too.
won.
Ray,
So-
I can barely hear you.
I can hear
Not you,
fine.
Billy. Not you, Juan Burro. Ray, I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now, Rick?
Yeah.
I can hear him.
Yeah,
fine.
I said, but
I
then-
can't hear you over
I-
Billy.
I like what Billy's saying, but he does point out the one shitty team that we played was the one that won his division. Then we went and bitch slapped the Saints over in New Orleans, and then went to Green Bay and beat them at Lambeau Field before he came home and won Super Bowl 55. So I'm trying to figure out what the point jackass Giants fans trying to make. Are you trying to sloppy my knob? Because so far you're doing pretty good.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean you're on a roll.
I'll ask again for the 3rd time. What did these 3 games you won? What else did these 3 games, which put you in the Super Bowl? I'm not talking about winning it, but put you in the Super Bowl. What else do they have in common?
What?
Okay,
We're on-
so instead of the pregnant pauses, there were no fans. Okay, there was no home field advantage, or in your case, there was no visiting team disadvantage. So when you go into New Orleans, it's not hostile. You go into Green Bay,
Really?
it's cold.
Really?
There's
This is
no
what you've
fans.
got? You called up to bitch about last year's playoff victories and make it
I'm-
look like they are backing up your point? That's
Because
what
there
you
was
got?
no fans.
Here's the thing. Again, I'm congratulating
we were
you on
talking
this year. I
about
hope you have a
kicking.
better season this year because you're going to need it. Because if you would have played in New Orleans with fans, if you would have played in Green Bay with fans, you cannot tell me that did not play into your favor. There was
Here's
no
the
one.
thing. Here's the thing. You're literally calling about last year and
Yes.
telling us you're trying to come up with a
Hypotheticals.
way that we would have,
Hypotheticals.
should have, could have lost in the year that we won the Super Bowl, and that's all you've got?
That's all I got.
Well,
That's
this
the
year
best.
we're at
Back to
home.
this, it all
We
goes
got-
back
we're
to
the
the
2
fact that you
seed.
made the comment to the comment. Well, we did pretty good last year without a kicking game.
Not
What's gonna
without a
happen
kicking
this year?
game, with our kicking game.
Yes.
With your kicking game. What's going to happen this year? Okay, granted, you have a game at home. Most likely, assuming you win, you'll have a second game at home. Then you're going to have to go to Green Bay, in theory. We're going to play 1 game to get there. Now
they
you're going to
win.
have the hostile fans along with the hostile weather. How's your kicking game going to do?
About like it did last year.
We might not need it.
How do we do
You
with
might
the,
not- I mean,
don't.
seriously, you might not need it. I mean,
How'd
this is the best you've got. You've done so good all year. I've given you props all year for
Okay.
these great calls, and now your big call is that you're calling up and saying, last year, those games you won, well, they don't really count because, come on, man, that's the best you got.
Here's what it is. If you've ever heard, I don't know if any of you, if you or your fans are baseball fans or old like I am, but there's this thing called an asterisk. Okay.
Here comes the asterisk.
You got to the Super Bowl. You won the Super Bowl. Congrats. Underdogs, big game, huge game. You got there by default.
By winning. Here's the thing. Everybody else had the same challenges. Everybody else had the same situation.
If every game this year in the playoffs is played on neutral field, that's no home field advantage. Is the favorite team going to win every time?
So now when we play at home, you're going to say it doesn't count because it wasn't on a neutral field. It was just we had the advantage. No,
I'm not talking at all about this year. You even pointed that out several times.
Right. You're talking about last year. That's your best. That's the best you got, dude. Dude, you know what, Billy? You've had great calls.
Asterisk.
You guys were doing so good.
You know where you can take your asterisk? There you go. All right, he's out of here. Oh, and we lost Ray.
You asterisk Ray too.
No, I don't know where Ray went. Ray chose to leave. I don't know what happened, or he lost connection. Hopefully he'll come back in just a moment. Give me a break. Asterisk. That's the best he's got.
You didn't have fans. You put an asterisk by and say it was a pandemic. Give us more props.
Exactly. We won despite the pandemic. Yeah. That was
pandemic doesn't stop us.
Yeah, that was just silliness. That was just silliness. And I'm sorry we lost Ray. That sucks. But hopefully he'll be back. But man, anyway, it's good, man. This is about as good as it gets right now, guys. As Bucs fans, right now we're on top of the world. We're number 2. We got at least one playoff game at home. Could be more. And with the way the Buccaneers are playing at home this year, and you know what? With the way they're playing on the road this year, because they are obviously playing good everywhere. So it is what it is. When you're tied for the best record in the league, it is what it is. But I don't know. Anyway.
I was expecting more from Billy. I'm a little disappointed. I'll get over it fast.
Yeah, well, he is what he is, He is what he is. By the way, everybody, Bob Saget passed away in Orlando.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, apparently he I guess the star of Full House and everything. I guess they found him in a hotel room in Orlando. I don't know the details. I don't know anything else. So yeah. Thanks for pointing that out, Rich. But anyway, what can you
loved
do?
Ones.
What's that?
I said condolences to his family and loved ones. He was like an American institution when I was growing up.
Yep. But anyway, guys, is it not we're the number 2 seed. What the heck, man? There's going to be a fun game to watch tonight here in about 5 minutes. That game's kicking off. It's got playoff implications. This has been a wild and fun Sunday. And it's played out beautifully.
We're tied for the best record. That's never happened before.
No, I know.
And we're going to go watch the MVP balloting because our guy might win. That's never happened before either. This is great.
I know. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And everybody's coming back from injury. We're getting the troops back next week. So the reinforcements are coming in. And we're going to be better. Think about that. We're tied for the best record and we're going to be better. So I wouldn't, let me tell you this. If I was Philadelphia right now, I'd be going, awesome. We made the playoffs. We're going to get a game. That's what they got to be thinking.
Tampa and Tom Brady's their quarterback and he's like really good.
Yeah. And Le'Veon Bell is going to be Giovanni Bernard now, I think, has become, get that guy healthy. Think about the league, man. Just think about this team when everybody's back next week. It's just going to be amazing. We'll get JPP back, and he's a huge part of stopping the run.
Levante David.
Yeah. And
JPP.
I'm sorry,
I
guys,
mean-
but it's just so beautiful that the Saints are going to be home. That Sean Payton's going to be watching the playoffs from his couch at home. Love you, Sean. No, I don't. I'm glad to hear you're going to be sitting at home. Hope you had an incentive-based contract, Sean.
Will they bring him into the studio for like some
I'm sure they will.
analyst work?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll bring him into the studio. I'm sure he'll talk bad about the Bucs with.
I don't
with
think they're
Collins.
bringing Urban Meyer in anymore. Just a feeling.
Yeah, I think Urban Meyer has worn out his welcome pretty much everywhere. He'll end up with a like at Florida Atlantic kind of a thing if he wants another coaching job. So I don't know. But guys, I want to hear more from you. We got the phone lines open, and Todd, I'm sorry that Todd Robertson, I'm sorry that I didn't get to keep talking to you, and I'm sorry we lost Ray. I'm sorry we lost Cup of Ray. That's the biggest bummer of the whole thing. I don't know what happened. I think he got frustrated because we were on the phone. Maybe, I don't know. Good. All right, we got Todd back at least. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Rick and,
Hey.
and David. I've got a quick question. I think I know this, but I'd rather y'all tell me to make sure I'm right on this. So, I'll turn my TV down. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay.
Let's say we win next week.
Okay, I'm for
and
that.
Let's say
Let's
for
say that.
kicks. Let's say for kicks, Dallas beats San Francisco.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the Rams in Arizona, that's going to be a hell of a game. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think Arizona could beat them.
That could go either way.
So who would go to Green Bay? Would it be the Rams or would it be Dallas?
I don't think that the Bucs do. Yeah, I think it's whoever I don't know if it's the lowest remaining seed or if it works like a bracket. I don't know how that works.
I think they don't.
I
think they
think
reseed.
it's the lower seed.
Okay.
But you would think
Right.
that the number one seed would play the higher seed. Does that make sense?
No, I understand whether it's a bracket or whether they reseed. I am not sure how that works. But
Okay.
yeah, I think they reseed the playoffs. I think it's the lowest remaining seed. Will play the highest, the highest remaining seed. I think that's how it works, but I'm not positive.
So does that mean that means that Dallas being 3 and the Rams being 4, Dallas would go to Green Bay and the Rams would come to us?
Yes,
Oh,
because
boy.
there would be 2 games at home. That would be. It's okay. Listen, we're gonna have to face difficult teams in the playoffs. That's the playoffs. You know?
I know, but I just don't think we match up very well with the Rams. Kind of like the Saints.
Well, we beat
just
them
don't match
last
up
year.
well.
We beat them last year, didn't we? We lost to them this year. Beat them last year.
We lost to the Rams by 3 points last year. We should have beat them. Brady had us driving. I think
Okay.
I don't want to bring up bad
No, bad memory,
thoughts,
bad juju.
but I think he threw an interception, but
Okay.
Brady's been unbelievable. He should
Yeah.
be the MVP this year.
Yeah.
44 years old doing what he's doing is unbelievable.
I think the
And-
fact that he got everybody their incentives today is going to win him the MVP. I think everybody's going to
Well-
look at that guy and be like, yeah, okay, give it to him.
Yeah, he deserves it the way he's played for us with all the injuries,
Yeah.
with Brown doing his thing and Godwin being out,
Yeah.
These young guys stepping up. I'm so proud
Yeah.
of our team, and that Giants fan, you don't want me to get me going on him.
Yeah.
Don't get me going on him because I got a few things I could tell him.
Well, he had that was just silliness. He's usually smarter than that. He's usually better than that. And it was just a really bad call.
Some of the Giant and Jet fans aren't very smart.
He didn't have much
The New Yorkers aren't very smart.
What are you going to grab?
So-
Yeah. I mean, there's not much.
the Packers had fans at the NFC Championship game last year.
right.
So he can go, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm being nice, but you know what I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Well, we beat the Giants last year. We beat them again this year. We beat them handily this year.
yeah,
And they fired their offensive coordinator the next day because he couldn't get the Giants offense going. So
yeah. Agreed. I agree. Tomorrow is Black Friday, where a lot of coaches are going to be dropping. You're going to see that for a lot of coaches are going to go by the wayside, if not tonight.
yeah, the Denver coach is already gone.
Yeah, Denver coach is gone. We know the Raiders coach is gone. We know the Jags coach is gone.
Colts coach has some explaining to do.
Yeah, I imagine Nagy's going to be gone. I imagine what's his name in Minnesota is probably going to be gone.
Zimmer.
Yeah, Zimmer. I think there's going to be a lot of openings. So, guys, let's let's do it now, because it is what it is. I mean,
have you all heard any rumors about how the interview with Leftwich and Jacksonville went?
No.
I got a source that tells me that it went really well for Leftwich.
The guy deserves a shot.
He's got a source. No, I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen, whether they're going to take him, whether they're not going to take him. And if they do, good for him. If not,
right.
Look, it's going to suck if we lose one of our coordinators, but I think we'll be fine. We've got the coaching staff. We can weather that. I don't want to lose both of them. That's the thing that really scares me.
No, they said on the CBS cast, and Tony Romo said that that Todd Bowles is pushing to get Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, he helped Leftwich.
He helped don't want the job.
Well, he helped Leftwich with that interview. Agreed, but that doesn't mean that another team is not going to come calling for him.
Right.
So we could lose them both. Yeah, we could lose them both to two different teams. So I hope we don't lose both. I really hope we don't lose Bowles. Well,
do you think that Bowles has been promised a head coaching job for us after Arians leaves?
No,
he wouldn't be interviewing if he was.
Unfortunately, I do not.
No.
But we'll see. Listen. If there's one thing I'm confident about, is that our coaching staff, we're pretty darn good. And I guarantee you, Bruce Arians already has a plan. So whatever happens,
I'm sure he does. He's an organized guy. So I'm sure he's got a plan in place. And have you looked at our home schedule for next year? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we've got a gauntlet to face next year.
Hey, they got to face. Hey, remember, they got to face us.
Kansas City, Baltimore, Green Bay.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, I believe.
Yeah. You know what I like, though? That I like what Dave just said, though. Dave just said it perfectly. You know what? We don't have to face them. They have to face us. And
exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But think about this. You got Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers coming to Tampa next year. That's against the GOAT. So
I think last year we had Breeze, Mahomes, and who else did we have? Shoot, I can't remember. There was
Aaron Rodgers was there last year.
Yeah, I mean look, it is what it is. I'm not worried about next year right now. Let's beat Philly. Let's celebrate what we did today. I'm not going to worry.
Yeah. Let's get. Hopefully, we get our guys healthy. And like I said a while ago, I hope we get maybe a Sunday or Monday game to get an extra day's rest for all these guys that are coming back that's been injured.
Yeah.
Hopefully Lenny comes back and he's healthy, and Ronald Jones backing him up, and then we got Le'Veon. Hopefully Gio's coming back. And then we got Le'Veon Bell, and then we got Keyshawn Vaughn, who played great today, and Barmer's back there. So I mean, I think our running backs, we got a load of running backs.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get all these guys healthy.
It's crazy. Our running back core is crazy.
To our advantage, especially Gio and Le'Veon out of the backfield. And of course, Leonard is unbelievable out of the backfield.
Yeah. Our running back core is just stupid. I mean, it really is, it's just crazy. I mean, for any situation, you've got the right guy to plug in there.
Our depth is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I thought Minter played great tonight. Nelson played great tonight.
The defense played great tonight.
You know, those guys, they stepped
Well,
up.
after the first quarter.
Vita's signing his extension is a blessing. I mean, Devin played his game.
Yeah.
So we get Pierre-Paul back and Barrett and
the thing is this, Devin White is, you know, he's been, it seems quieter, but it's only because he's been asked to play a different role. And now when you get
he's
Shaq
had
Barrett
to
back
because
and
of
JP,
David being
right.
out and not having the two, not having Paul and Barrett
Right.
rush, and you know, and those guys stop the run too. Lavonte,
Yeah.
from sideline to sideline he's incredible.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see all of that back next week. So
I'm excited. I just,
Yeah.
when will the times and schedule come out? Will it be after the Sunday night game's over?
I wouldn't be shocked if during the Sunday night game that they don't release some of the scheduling.
Yeah, they already figured, they had an idea and they know. It's just filling in the details. And to answer your question,
time game, don't you think? Saturday, Sunday, or Monday?
No idea. No clue at all what they're going to do with us. You know, I mean, I really don't. I mean, we're playing Philly. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with us.
Well, because they got 2 games Saturday. They
Yeah.
got 3 Sunday and the Monday night game, and the Saturday and Sunday games are primetime games too.
There's a Monday night game.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. There's going to be a Monday night playoff game. I think that's a first.
Yeah,
And
that's
to
the
go-
first. Yes.
and to go back to your question, in the divisional round, it's not a fixed bracket. They reseed for that round.
Okay.
So
That's what I was
whoever the
wondering.
highest, it just goes whatever order of seeding they were to start with.
Right.
A top, Brady's the lowest, and then
Okay.
two of whoever's left.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Appreciate that, David.
You are welcome.
Awesome.
Thanks for the question.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad. And that's good to hear. So that means, the Bucs definitely could have 2 home playoff games. So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Well, listen, guys, great to talk to y'all always, and I know you guys are excited. I'm as excited as I can be. I've already paid for my playoff ticket for next week,
Yep.
so I'm ready to go.
Playoff time, brother.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Good times.
Have a good one.
Absolutely.
You too, Rick.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, David.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Awesome.
He's
Awesome,
excited.
awesome.
We should all be excited.
Yeah. Here we go, guys. Strap it up. Let's go. I mean,
how many franchises dream of being in this position?
yeah. Well, I
Seriously.
can tell you there's 14 teams are in the playoffs, so I can tell you that there's at least 17 of them dreaming. So I mean,
There'll be another one added shortly.
yeah. So hey, I mean, no, that'll be 18 will end up being after tonight. So
Yeah.
is what it is.
When it
But-
comes down to the Chargers, props to the NFL. Chargers, Raiders, winner goes, loser goes home.
Yep.
If they tie, it's really crazy. So
Yeah, if they tie, they both go.
right, and then the
So
Steelers don't.
This is my question. Why
you have
don't
a
they, why
gentleman's
doesn't one
agreement.
coach walk across the field and say, "Why don't we just take the knee the whole game?"
Well,
You're guaranteed a playoff berth. Both teams are guaranteed a playoff berth. I mean, I just think that's funny. What? That's one way they could handle it.
it's interesting that gets put in, they're put in that position where theoretically, yes, if they tied, they both go.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
funny.
you're-
I mean,
you're
they
kinda
got to go
guaranteed-
across the field and say,
Yeah, a little gentleman's agreement. You know,
Yeah.
if you want, why don't we both go?
"Why don't we play for a tie?" And we know we're both in. Yeah, I mean, boy, can you imagine if they did that though? Imagine Ben Roethlisberger. That's how your career ends.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. So
That would suck.
it wouldn't be very sportsmanlike, and I'm sure the NFL would be very unhappy.
They might have something to say about it. I was
and
thinking
all
about that. I was
the
thinking
all
it's
the
kinda funny.
advertisers, but it would get
Yeah.
a lot of interest.
Yeah. But man, what's it say here? With 5 minutes to go and they're tied. They you better believe they'll do that. Yeah. If there's 5 minutes to go and they're tied, Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they go to overtime. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't work something out like that. Yeah. Eddie says the NFL would heavily penalize the franchises. Yeah, I know you can't just take a knee, but they could play for a tie. They could do that. There are ways you could finagle that, I'm sure. Both coaches. But I'm sure they're not doing that. I'm sure they're not saying that. I'm sure they're taking the winning in category. But I don't know.
I'm
So who do you
amazed.
think? Let me ask you this, Dave.
Mhm.
Which of the teams in tonight's games would you find to be scarier in the playoffs? Do you think the Chargers have more of an upside or the Raiders?
Well, I think the Chargers do because you got Justin Herbert, and you've got they can light it up with the receiving core he has.
Yeah.
So I would say the Chargers, but they can lay an egg just as easily. They're a team that
They're
I
still the
don't know.
Chargers.
It's like whichever team, flip a coin because I'm going to get it wrong on them.
Yeah,
That
they're
just
still
shows
the
they're
Chargers.
They're inconsistent. They could beat anybody, and they can also get beaten by anybody. They're one of those teams.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
next year and the year after, if Herbert continues to develop, I mean, I think he's an outstanding quarterback, and he kind of flies under the radar a bit because he plays on the West Coast. But that kid can throw it.
Are they any different than they were with Phillip Rivers? I mean, it still just seems like the same thing. It's just this team that's always going to be good and flashy and exciting, but are they really going to ever get over that hump? I mean, I don't know.
Well, they have the opportunity, and they have a franchise quarterback, and he's a true franchise quarterback, so that gives you a chance. You've got to have general manager, you got to have the front office that's in sync, and they can put a defense and across the board be competitive.
There's really only one team in the AFC I think there's one team that is the class of the AFC, and that's Tennessee. I think everybody else is a distant second.
Well, it's the way they played playoff football to begin with. It's like old school. They get Henry's back, and they're going to trot him out there. They're going to pound it, and you're going to have to stop him.
Yeah.
And then they've got Tannehill, who can manage the game on offense and do play action pass. So they don't make you quake in your boots, but they can certainly beat a very good team, get some turnovers, run the ball, shorten the game, and they can beat you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. They're the scariest team, I think, in the AFC. I think the Titans are, but
they run the ball, and Bucs are best at stopping the ball.
The thing is, anybody this year in the playoffs could lose to anybody. I mean, that is the truth. Anybody, NFC or AFC, could lose to anybody. I just the Packers always find a way to lose in the playoffs. They do. They always find a way to lose in the playoffs.
As great as Aaron Rodgers' career has been, he's only won one Super Bowl.
Right.
And I don't poo-poo that because there's Dan Marino never won one.
Right.
So Archie Manning never won one, or he got even a whiff of
Brady
one.
won?
He's won 7 and about to be 8.
He's been to
possibly.
10. He's been to 10. That dude's been to 10 Super Bowls.
Think about his career.
Yeah, man. He's played in more Super Bowls than most quarterbacks have ever played postseason. Think about that.
What he's doing. I mean, there's so many angles you could take with Brady, and it really is mind-numbing. What he's got better stats over 40 than in his 40s than in his 20s.
Yeah.
Who does that? I mean, I confess when they said they were going to sign Brady for $50 million for 2 years, I thought they were crazy. I wasn't for it, but I'm thrilled that I've been so terribly wrong.
Yeah. Jim Melvin says the Packers and Titans can't lose in the first round. Didn't say in the first round. I just said they could all lose. Anybody could lose in the playoffs. I don't think anybody is, a surefire, holy crap, they're so much better than everybody else. The Bucs, what is interesting is the Bucs sure could look amazing with all their players back. If all of a sudden with all the players back, you see the Bucs just roll over Philadelphia, then look out. So I don't know.
It's not like it's like last year in the Super Bowl, you were missing one guy, Vita Vea, and he made a difference. That's one guy. He's up front. He wrecks havoc. He's the lead havoc wrecker when the ball is snapped.
Yeah.
but you have more guys that are out. And to me, when you have as many, JPP, Levante David, Shaq Barrett are all out, they're in positions where it's not like you can just flip a switch and go back. There's a lot of communication, and there's been a lack of continuity because of the injuries. It's thrilling that they're going to be back, and they have the capability. But having that many out, you can't tell me that that's not going to have an impact on the way they play defense, and not necessarily in a positive way.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just feel like when the players come back on the field, that Brady looks around and realizes, okay, he's got Fournette behind him. Look, this is what I think is so great is the Bucs, all the injuries this year with all the problems and with everything, the Bucs have those young guys have gotten very valuable experience. And in the future, that's a big deal.
And there is an upside to injuries, just like you were saying. Other guys get experience, and you don't know when they're going to be. That experience is going to come back in a positive way when you really need it.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be crazy to when you look at now the guys are all coming back and everybody's going to be fresh and everybody's going to be healthy. Fournette, I'm not worried about the lack of playing time he's gotten. I think he'll come back on fire. Christopher Cole mentions KC has got a tough matchup playing the Steelers because the Steelers run and KC can't stop the run.
Najee Harris got hurt today. I don't know his status, but I believe he left the game.
Okay. That would just be, they'd be done. They would definitely be done. We will see. I mean, really, okay, let's look at the NFC. Let's look at the playoff teams in the NFC. And let's say who is it that are the biggest challenges for the Bucs? The Packers, of course, are a challenge, but the Bucs match up well with the Packers. The Bucs seem to play well against the Packers. The Cowboys, that was a tough game, guys. We won it, but that was tough. It was a tough game. The Rams, I think, are the Rams are the most difficult team that the Bucs could face in the playoffs. They're the team that I think poses the biggest problem for the Bucs. What do you think?
I think the biggest team that can pose the biggest threat to the Bucs is the Bucs themselves. I think since they're coming back here,
come on, which other team other than the Bucs themselves?
I think that's a legitimate way of looking at it. That when the Bucs are on, they have the most talent of any team out there. They have the most experience. They have the best quarterback when it comes down to the end of a game, especially a playoff game or a.
Okay, then let me rephrase the question, Dave. Other than the Buccaneers themselves, which NFC team do you think would pose the greatest threat?
Right now, I think the Dallas Cowboys do.
Yeah, Cowboys are. I can understand that. I can understand
because if
Cowboys. I can understand Cowboys or Rams.
If they can get pressure on Brady and they can do the short passing game, which is difficult for the Bucs defense to cover, they're a threat. And I think that first game of the year, I don't think we realized how telling that game was.
Yeah. Boy, that turned into a big game, didn't it?
And I did want to mention Najee Harris. He came back into the game. He had an elbow injury, and Deontay Johnson had an injury as well, and they both came back in.
Okay. All right.
Harris was using a brace, but he came back in with his elbow injury.
Ben Roethlisberger, he's probably got one game left. That's it. Let's be honest, they're probably not going to beat the Chiefs, but you never know. I mean, the Chiefs are beatable. Everybody's beatable this year. I mean, I think that, like I said, the Titans seem like the least beatable. And they lost to, I think, didn't they lose to like Jacksonville and Houston or something?
No, they lost to Houston and they lost to the Jets. They did beat the Jags twice.
Yeah. So, all right. So they lost to these terrible teams. So anybody's beatable, guys. I mean, the Bucs.
I mean, if you think back for the Chiefs, it was 5 weeks into the season, the people were putting their tombstones out and questioning what all the huge contract they gave to Mahomes.
All of a sudden, the Chiefs are struggling again. They went through this hot period. Who's getting hot as you enter the playoffs? I mean, that's the question, because that's usually how you win. So how do you I mean, when you look at it, I mean, as I look forward and I say, all right, the Bucs have the potential to be one of the toughest outs. That's a fact. I mean, nobody's going to come in and blow Tampa out. We know that. All right. By the way, Tom Brady in his post-game presser said, everybody's happy for Mike Evans and Rob Gronkowski hitting some important milestones because they are such good teammates. Well, that's your leader right there.
Let me throw this out for you. Do you know what team has the longest winning streak in the NFL as the season comes to a close?
Who's that?
You don't want to guess?
Longest winning streak?
Mm-hmm. And how many games?
The Titans, I think, have four games. Let me think of the NFC.
I'll give you a hint.
I don't know what Philly.
It's an AFC team. It's not an NFC team.
I don't know who.
The Buffalo Bills have won 4 straight.
Yeah. Okay.
And next up is the Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having won 3 straight. If you're looking at people who've been getting hot heading into the playoffs.
Okay.
Well, there's really not, but
no, that's good to hear. Nobody. In other words, nobody is on some.
Nobody's on fire.
Right. I'm just very interested in the guys coming back. I think that's just really interesting to see what's going to happen with all these guys getting healthy. And dang it, I wish Ray was still around to talk about it because I think the guys getting healthy changes the whole dynamic. And everybody who's watching film on the Bucs, who's prepping for the game, you're not prepping for Leonard Fournette. You're not prepping for all the guys that are coming back. So that also is interesting. I'm not sure how that will play itself out. So Jim Melvin says, being a lifelong Buck fan, I am convinced that if something bad can happen, it will. And if something good happens, it will be called back by a holding penalty. So I very much appreciate your show's optimism and positive attitude. It helps a jaded fan like me have a lot more fun. Jim, I get it. We call it Buck traumatic stress disorder, BTSD, because we all have experienced exactly what you're talking about. But you've got to throw it out. Last year, everything changed, man. Everything changed. And when things went bad this year, the team won anyway. And when they looked pedestrian, all of a sudden at the end of the game, you looked and you were like, yeah, they didn't look that good. Of course, they only gave up 10 points or something, 17 points in the game, and they won by 30. And you're like,
I mean, especially on defense, and then the offense joined in the party, unfortunately, with injuries.
Yeah.
But to think of all the games that were lost, player games, I guess is the best way to put it, that are lost, and you still end up 13-3, tied for the best record in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some depth. And I think it's also a tribute to the coaches that they adjusted. Yeah. I mean, next man up is we've talked about this throughout the season. Next man up is a nice cliche, but
it's
reality
a great bumper
is,
sticker or t-shirt.
Yeah, but the guy who's the next man up wasn't as good as the other guy. Let's face it.
That's why he was number 2 or number 3 or number 4, right?
But somehow, some way, they have managed to give us a 13-4 record, and our quarterback is setting franchise records for most yards and touchdowns, and he's an MVP candidate, and some people say he should win it. Yeah. So, bravo. I mean, this is the best thing about it. This is the best regular season the Bucs have ever had since they played their first down in 1976.
And everybody's complaining. So many people, not everybody, obviously not everybody, but there are so many people finding ways to complain. You literally just experienced the best season in your team's history. The best season in your team's history. And you're going, yeah, but we didn't win the first quarter. We struggled at the beginning of this game.
And you have a wide receiver who has done something nobody has ever done in the history of the National Football League, and that's Mike Evans. His first 8 seasons, including his rookie year, he has had 1,000 or more yards receiving. That's just bravo.
Yeah.
I mean, bravo.
Yeah. And for Gronk to end up with 850 something yards, I think he ended up with on the season, something ridiculous for a tight end. And Gronk came up big. And the thing is this: Gronk's getting playoff ready. Evans is playoff ready. You're starting to see the team get playoff ready. And that's the exciting part. And next week, playoff Lenny's back. Next week, Levante David's back. Next week, JPP is back. I mean, next week, Shaq Barrett is back. We did this without any of those guys today, guys.
Like Gronk, he only played in 12 games. He missed 5.
Yeah. And he had 857 yards or something like that. I don't remember what the total was, but it was a lot for the season. And when your tight end is catching that much, that's 12 games. I mean, that's a heck of a season. So I don't know. Yeah. Tim Witherspoon just said Gronk was over 800 yards and missed 6 games. Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Well, he missed 5.
Missed 5. Okay. We got hurt. He missed a good chunk of one. Yeah.
You get the idea.
Yeah.
He's pretty awesome.
Right. He had a huge year. So, I mean, guys, this is the best. You just witnessed the best year in your team's history. And, if you're not happy now, you're not going to be. If the best year in your team's history doesn't make you happy, something's wrong. Something is wrong. So I don't know. I have no idea. It's a
happy day. It's a day to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're not where we want to be. We want another Lombardi, but what a great year.
We're not there yet. We cannot have won the Lombardi yet. So it is what it is.
Bring on the Eagles. Do you think the Eagles are looking forward and have a oh boy, we get to go down and play Tampa and Raymond James Stadium?
Yeah,
with
they're
that
not
Brady
thinking
guy
they've got a
pretty
great
good
matchup. Yeah, Eagles fans are going,
well, we made the playoffs, yay.
Yeah. So, but you know what? They're going to bring their best. They're going to do what they can. They are a playoff team, and they're not going to be a pushover. And anybody who thinks they're going to be a pushover, you are incorrect. I promise you, Jalen Hurts is going to come ready to play. The Eagles are going to come with a chip on their shoulder, ready to beat the world beaters. They're going to feel like it's them against the world. That's what they're going to feel like. They're going to feel like nobody's giving them any chance. So they're going to have that chip on their shoulder, and they're going to come out and try to punch us in the mouth. Everybody be ready for that. Okay? Everybody be ready for that. Every team we play, I mean, we've got the bullseye on us, guys. We're the defending champ. We got the bullseye. So, yeah. What are you going to do? Player of the game, Dave. Who you got?
Oh, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Well, if you take away that first quarter. But I love the history of the game, and I mean, Gronk's 1A, Mike Evans 1AA. I mean, these guys are just. I think we kind of lose perspective sometimes that we have arguably the greatest tight end to ever play the game on our team, setting like lifetime records, and we have Mike Evans, the first 8 years, 1,000 receptions. And then Tom Brady, I mean, you could just go on and, well, they've done a whole show just about him. Yeah. So it's just fantastic what we're witnessing and what we're seeing and how awesome these guys are. These are not just guys that are going to get a bust in Canton. These are the guys who go up on the Mount Rushmore of Canton, for heaven's sakes, the best to ever play their position.
Well, that's the thing is you got the best quarterback to ever play the game, the best player to ever play the game. I mean, and you've got the best tight end that's ever played the game. Yeah.
Right.
By the way, Tim Witherspoon, you just said the Cowboys beat the Eagles 51-26. We're going to be okay. Yeah, but Jalen Hurts didn't play. 19.
They had nothing to play for.
Didn't play. Man. 19 of their starters didn't play. So
They can run the football and they can make it tough for the Bucs. I don't think they can do it for an entire game, but they, like Rick said, they're going to come punch us in the mouth and they're going to have something to prove. And they run the ball and they try to get Jalen Hurts involved in that. And
remember how difficult our first playoff game was last year. That was our most difficult playoff game. Washington. It was the most difficult playoff game, postseason game we faced last year. Do not think the Eagles are going to be a pushover. They are not. I promise. So if we come out and put a beating on the Eagles, that's a really good sign. If that happens,
should we still refer to it as the NFC least when they got two teams that are in the playoffs?
Yeah, what happened all of a sudden? How about that?
Things change very quickly in the NFL. But before that Cowboys lost, they won 4 in a row. Granted, it was against weaker competition, but they're gonna. And before they they won 6 out of 7 before that Cowboys game. So they're gonna bring it. The Bucs are a decided favorite, especially with the healthy defense. But these guys, this is their season too. Yeah, they don't want to go home. They don't want to just make the playoffs.
Yeah, and in week 6, the Bucs played them. I believe it was a Thursday night, and the Bucs won 28-22. That was a tough game. So the Bucs played the Eagles and beat them 28-22. It's not like this is going to be a walk in the park, guys. So be ready, and they're much better than they were then. So they were not playing, their best football at that point. So I mean, we only beat them by 6 then. But it was in the link in Philly. So, we got them at home now. So, I don't know. I like Johnny Dean's comment here. He says, player of the game, everyone who stepped up and filled spots that needed filled, like Kenny Britt, Scotty Miller, Le'Veon Bell, Keyshawn Vaughn, and all the other ones, and all the ones that were expected to play well and carry the slack. I agree, Johnny. I think that's a good call. Those guys do deserve some props. Absolutely. So yeah. And Tim Witherspoon, by the way, talking about Philly, says we were better than we were then too. We got a lot of injuries since then. So I don't know. We'll see. We're going to play it out one way or the other. We're going to face them at home. And that's the good news because the Bucs do play really good at home. So we'll see. It's nice to have some more postseason football at home, not just the Super Bowl. But
I think Todd Bowles will come up with a game plan that makes Jalen Hurts extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, and the boys will be back, so that is the fact. We will have everybody back. So yeah, I'm hoping all of the Buccaneers just go home after today's game and don't go out to clubs and go get COVID, and we don't have to deal with that.
We don't want to have to deal with Bruce Arians if they did something like that.
Yeah, please, everybody go home. Please, everybody go home. It's playoff time, guys. It's playoff game. It's postseason time for the Bucs, tied for the best record. There's so much to be happy about right now. I mean, it just doesn't get better, does it? I mean, this is the best season the Bucs have ever had, the best quarterback season the Bucs have ever had, the best tight end season the Bucs have ever had. This has been a beautiful, beautiful thing. The best record the Bucs have ever had. There is nothing to be unhappy about. Anybody who says they struggle a little bit here or they struggle a little bit there, yeah, but they win. They win.
I go back to the Titans. They lost to the Texans and they lost to the Jets, and they're still the number 1 seed. I mean, there's bumps in the road, and there's a couple games that you just shake your head at, and you just sort of throw in the wastebasket because they make no sense. I mean, that's just the way.
Because
the way the league works.
The difference, Johnny and I have discussed this. The difference between, for instance, the Jets and the Bucs is razor thin. The difference between the Jags and the Bucs is actually razor thin. Those are professionals on the other side of the ball. And it seems like there's this huge difference, and there's not. There really is not. Those are talented people on the other side.
Colts are a 15-point favorite. They're going to throttle the Jags.
Yeah, look what happened to the Colts today. That's a great example. By the way, Jim Melvin says Shaq, JPP, LVD, and Fournette are really really, really good. Yeah, imagine you're adding those players to your team. You've got the best record in the league, and now you're adding those guys to your team.
And it's not just their talent, it's their professionalism, it's
Yep.
their experience, and it's their putting the team ahead of themselves as individuals. And
Yeah.
that doesn't happen very often. And it was shown when the Bucs brought quote unquote everybody back.
Yeah.
I guess they should have brought everybody back -1, but these things happen. But
Well,
that
he was
just- it goes
not
to-
counted in that bringing everybody back from the starters. AB was not, because he didn't start the first game of the year. So he actually didn't count in that bringing all 22 back. He was a 23rd.
Thank you. I stand corrected.
So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to think that they've still got them all.
In addition to that's even with
minus
him
Godwin.
gone, it was
Yep.
still 22 coming
Minus
back.
Godwin. Yeah,
Right.
they don't have Godwin, but it looks
Right.
like everybody else is healthy and coming back, and we're going to be good to go for the playoffs.
And they've
that's
gotten
really
it, as we've
all you
talked
can ask.
about, they've gotten the backups have gotten valuable experience because
Yeah.
of the injuries.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I think. That's a bigger deal than people realize. Is that
I
the
think it
backups-
is in wide receiver, especially if you can work
Yeah.
with Tom Brady and he quote unquote trusts you, good
Yeah.
things are going to happen.
Yeah, and even Scotty Miller, who what they asked of him today, he did it. It just seems like this team is geared up and ready to go. I mean, Brady's going to have them jacked up and have them ready. They're going to come out ready next week. I mean, let's put it this way. I'm telling you, I think Philly is going to be a tough game, or not. I don't think it's probably going to be easy, but let's understand this. Okay. Let's understand this. I'll take Tom Brady over Jalen Hurts any day. So, I mean,
Oh, there's a long list of players on the Bucs squad that you take over what's on the Eagles squad any day.
yeah. I mean, it's this team now is ready for. I mean, there's depth. They can rotate players in that have experience now that didn't have them before. They know what everybody's capable of. I mean, man, the pass rush will be back next week. The crazy blitzes and all of that will be back next week.
Well, I mean, would you have thought Scotty Miller would have 43 yards rushing? But what it tells me is they were intentionally trying to get him involved in the offense.
31 of them was on one play, I think. I think he only had how many rushes did he have?
He had 2 for 43 yards. But the fact that he had any, because that's not what he does, that they were getting him involved. I mean, I think Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and the coaching staff has gone out of their way to get people involved.
He had a key reception as well in there, I think, for a first down. What was his receiving?
He had 1 reception for 9 yards, but you're right, it was a key. So
it was a key first down. So I think it was a 3rd and 9.
You had 9 players that were targeted for receiving today.
Yeah. I don't even think that's a high number for Brady. That's the funny thing. That's the funny part of all of it. Brady even had a decent game. I think he dropped 1 pass, but Keyshawn Vaughn, give the guy props, man. He came up big. He really did. He looked great. So, I mean, there's joy in Mudville when it comes to Keyshawn Vaughn. There's a lot of hope you can have for that dude.
Oh, and props to him. He turned it around. We've been rough on him because, quite frankly, he was playing absolutely horrid. And now he's not. And so we'll be happy to announce that as well. But yeah, good for him. Because I thought he was on his way out of the league the way he was going.
Yeah, so did I. And he's a different dude this year. He really is he's just completely different than he was last year. And he's that's a dependable backup. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, if you get Bernard and Fournette back next week, that pushes a lot of people down. So.
You guys realize, think about this. In our backfield, we're talking about Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Le'Veon Bell, Giovanni Bernard, and we're sitting here talking about Keyshawn Vaughn did pretty good. You're looking at your number 5 back. Okay? You're looking at your number 5 back and going, that guy came through for us. I mean, that's now the rest of them are going to be back. All those other guys I was just talking about, they're all going to be back. I mean, but Alex, you said Vaughn can't block. That's not true. One of the things Arian said that he likes about Vaughn is that he does everything, including blocking. That he is very good blocking for Brady. That's one of the things he likes about him. So I don't know.
I'd be interested. I saw Johnny Dean's comment about Cyril Grace. I'd be interested to know how bad his hamstring is, because I thought everybody was on a short leash today. If you twinge, you feel anything at all, a tingling, you're done.
I told you, Arians, though, said he was concerned about that's the biggest concern. It looked like the biggest injury. Look, here's the thing. Cyril Grayson, it's a great story because of what AB did, but Brett Perryman came back. Cyril Grayson was going to be behind Brett Perryman. All right. The thing is, as much as Cyril Grayson was a great story and he was great to have, and it's been, he won 2 games. He helped us win 2 games, played a very key role in 2 different victories. I'm not taking anything away from that, but he was going to be behind Brett Perryman. Guys, I'm sorry. That's it. I'm okay with that. By the way, Johnny says Vaughn gave up a big sack in the first quarter. Yes, and that's when Brady held on to the ball for like 4 seconds. Yeah, and then he got hit from the backside. Yeah, agreed. I'm not saying that they never give up, that he's never going to give up a sack. I'm just saying he's one of the things Arians mentioned about Keyshawn Vaughn is that he's done a very good job blocking. And that's why he's getting the time he's getting. I think translation, because he was getting time over Rojo last week. I think they're saying he can block better than Rojo. I really think that's where the difference came in. But I don't know. Brashad Perryman, not Brett Perryman. Sorry, Tim Witherspoon. Brashad Perryman. Not Brett Perryman. Sorry, flashback. I'm old. Leave me alone. It happens. It happens. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, guys. There's so much to be excited about. It's playoff time. I want you guys to all be ready for the playoffs, be jacked up for the playoffs, be ready to go next week, whenever that game is. Hopefully we'll be hearing very soon when that game will be. There's a good game going on right now, so go pour yourself a brewski. Throw a little throw a pizza in the oven and watch a little football, kick back and enjoy it. Put your feet up and enjoy being a Buccaneers fan, because we've got a lot to celebrate. Dave, what's the record?
13-4, which is tied for the best record in the National Football League, and that is at the end of the regular season.
Didn't feel like it this year. For some reason, this year felt like there was a lot of struggle. And when you look at it at the end, with all of the struggle, and Johnny, I don't know if Johnny, I'm gonna send you a link if you want to come on. I'd love for you to come on just before we head out of here. I'm gonna send you a link directly, Johnny. But listen, through all the struggle of this year and feeling like this wasn't the best year, and you come to find out it actually was the best year that this team's ever had.
If we showed you the list of injuries from Sean Murphy bunting to getting Richard Sherman that very quickly got hurt himself, JPP, Levante David, Shaq Barrett. I mean, we were down to practically putting out a want ad for defensive backs at one point. And to sit there and say we ended up 13-4 with the best, tied for the best record in the league, you wouldn't have thought that would have been possible.
No, and when you look, and honestly, this year didn't feel like the best this year didn't feel like, wow, what a killer year. It didn't feel like it. But it was. And that's what I think I sent you a message during the game, Dave, about how it's, you look like, I don't know, we're kind of struggling. And then at the end of the game, you're looking at it going, holy crap. How did we end up, we only gave up 12 points and we scored 40? Why did that game feel close? I mean, that's the way this year has gone. So, yeah. And Alec Schomburg says next up, live from the cheap seats. No, there will not be live from the cheap seats tonight, guys. What I can tell you is kick back, enjoy, and watch that game tonight, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I know I wanted Johnny to come on, but he's at Walmart Johnny's at Walmart. You know that you got to do what you got to do. He's doing the honeydew list, no doubt. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for being here. Holy crap, we got playoff football, guys. Dave and I will be back on Tuesday night for Buck AF. That's for all of you who are Buck as. You know what the F stands for. You know what the F stands for. So we will be here on Tuesday night at 8:30 talking Buccaneer football. We will be digging hard into the playoffs. Won't be talking about the Panthers anymore, which, by the way, this is a very beautiful day for me because I live in Charlotte. So, I've got that I get to, walk around in my Bucs gear over the next few days. Nobody will say a word to me. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I am healthy. The Bucs are the players are coming back healthy. I'm over COVID, and I got up the guts and did another COVID test today, just being like, oh dear God, please tell me it's going to be negative. And it was. So it is officially done and out of my system.
Did you lose smell and taste, or?
You know what? I did not lose smell or taste, but it's weird. And I was talking to my nephew who also had COVID, and I brought up a very random thing that I've not read anywhere or seen anywhere. But I mentioned to him that I swear sometimes, and it's just random, I can smell ammonia. It smells like. And it's weird that he was like, I can't believe you just said that, because he's been, I guess, going to his wife going, do my clothes smell like ammonia? Do my clothes smell like ammonia? And it's the same thing. I was driving to work and I'm like, do I smell like ammonia? And it's, I don't, it's just a weird, my sense of smell is off only on that. And it's only sometimes, but
okay.
What are you going to do? It is what it is. Anyway, I'm back. The Bucs players are going to be back. The playoffs are back. It's good to be a Bucs fan. It is good to be a Bucs fan. It doesn't get any better than right now. Really has never been better than right now. Going back to year one as a fan, Dave and I have experienced all of it. It's never been this good.
40% victory win percentage for the entire franchise now.
More than
40%.
Yeah.
Over 40.
Yeah. So, here we go, guys. So, all right, everybody, enjoy the game tonight. I don't know who y'all are rooting for or what you want to happen. So, I mean, I actually, I'm a fan of the city of Las Vegas. Love going out there. But I like the Chargers, always have. Ever since they beat the Dolphins in that playoff game, which Dave, you and I were, I don't know if you remember, but on that day, I believe we were playing football in the street that day. The day that the Dolphins lost to the Chargers, the
Kellen, where they were literally carrying him off the field just from exhaustion. He wasn't injured per se; he was just exhausted.
Yeah. So
that was classic.
I've been a Chargers fan ever since that day. So I'm just gonna kick back and enjoy it and watch the game and hope for some good football and some excitement. And everybody get ready. Be here Tuesday night for Buck AF, and let's talk more football. Let's talk Bucks. Let's dig into Philadelphia on Tuesday night at 8:30. In the meantime, go Bucks. Go Bucks. Go Bucks. Whoa.